Days passed quietly on the forgotten land. The soil that once lay dry and abandoned now breathed again beneath careful hands. Crops swayed gently in the wind. The old farmhouse no longer felt lonely. Even the small blue slime wandered peacefully between rows of green, as if it too had accepted the new presence. Everything was running smoothly. For the first time since waking in this strange world, Noah felt something close to peace. That evening, he lay on his back in the field, staring at the vast sky above him. Purple hues stretched endlessly overhead, clouds drifting without urgency. The wind moved through the crops like a slow whisper. This land was quiet, but it was not empty. He had worked the fields, cleaned the house, walked the borders of the farm. But beyond the distant tree line, he had not yet stepped. Perhaps, he thought, it was time to see more. The next morning, under soft golden light, Noah left the familiar paths behind. He walked toward the forest. The air grew cooler. The sounds shifted. Leaves brushed against his shoulders as he moved deeper between the trees. Somewhere ahead, faintly, he heard the sound of water. And then the forest opened. Before him lay a vast, beautiful lake, perfectly still, reflecting the sky like polished glass. A thin mist hovered above its surface. The world felt older here. Noah stepped closer. The water rippled, once, then again. The center of the lake began to rise. Not violently, not with chaos, but with slow, overwhelming presence. A massive white form moved beneath the surface. And then, from the depths, a colossal serpent emerged. Scales gleamed like polished pearl. Golden eyes opened, ancient and unblinking. Her enormous body coiled beneath the water, so vast it seemed the lake itself could barely contain her. The wind stopped. Silence swallowed the forest. Her gaze fell upon him. And a voice, deep and echoing across the water, broke the stillness. "Who dares disturb my waters?" Noah could not move. He felt suddenly small beneath those ancient eyes. "You are not permitted here." The serpent lowered her head slightly, towering over him like a living mountain of white. "Leave, or face the consequence." The lake trembled beneath her presence. And for the first time since arriving in this world, Noah felt fear. "Fade to black." The colossal serpent's golden eyes glinted, unblinking, as the words echoed across the lake, "Leave, or face the consequence." Noah's chest tightened. Fear surged through him, icy and unrelenting. He stumbled back. Every instinct screamed at him to run. And so he did. He darted through the misty forest, water and leaves kicking beneath his feet. Behind him, the lake lay silent once more, but he could still feel her presence, massive, watching, patient. Breath ragged, heart pounding, he slowed to a cautious stop atop a small hill overlooking the farmland. The familiar field swayed gently in the sunlight, calm and peaceful, yet in his mind, the memory of the serpent's gaze lingered like fire. "This world," he whispered to himself, "it's beautiful, but it's terrifying. Creatures like that really exist. I've never imagined magic like this." He sank to the ground, trying to steady his racing heart. For the first time since arriving here, Noah understood just how small he was. And yet, even amidst the fear, there was awe, a spark that would not die. For now, he would survive. He would return. But first, he had to grow stronger. The wind rustled through the crops below. The lake shimmered in the distance, silent and eternal. And somewhere deep in the water, the serpent waited. The morning sun rose gently over the farmland, casting long golden light across the quiet fields. Noah stood outside the old farmhouse, eyes heavy from a restless night. Sleep had come in fragments, broken by the memory of golden eyes beneath dark water. In the distance, the lake shimmered peacefully. It looked harmless. It was not. He watched it for a long moment before lowering his gaze. Running had been the correct choice. But running forever would not be. Without another word, Noah picked up 2 wooden buckets filled to the brim with water. The weight pulled at his arms immediately. Muscles strained as he began the slow climb uphill toward the crops. Water sloshed over the rim. His grip tightened. Step by step, he forced himself upward. At the top, he poured the water carefully onto the soil. Then he walked back down. And did it again. The sun climbed higher. His breathing grew heavier. His arms trembled. The climb felt steeper each time. Still, he continued. If he could not wield magic, then he would strengthen what he had. Later, he stood in the field with his farming hoe in hand. This time, he did not till the soil casually. Each swing was deliberate, measured, controlled. He focused on balance, on footing, on breath. The blade cut through earth again and again, the rhythm steady and purposeful. Sweat rolled down his temple. His palms began to blister beneath the friction. He paused only once. He looked at his reddened hands. Then he resumed. By afternoon, Noah ran the length of his farmland. Not in fear, not fleeing, but training. His steps pounded against the dirt path between rows of crops. His lungs burned, yet his pace did not falter easily. The wind moved through the golden fields as if nothing in the world had changed. A small blue slime rested near a patch of moist soil, quietly absorbing excess water. A distant spirit creature watched from a fence post. Life remained peaceful, but Noah was no longer simply living within it. He was preparing. As the sun dipped toward the horizon, he climbed the small hill overlooking his home. He lowered himself onto the grass, exhaustion settling deep into his muscles. His body ached. His breathing was slow but steady. The lake glimmered in the fading light. This time, when he looked at it, fear did not seize him. There was caution, respect, and quiet resolve. He did not speak the words aloud, but the thought remained firm within him. He would not challenge that being. Not yet. Deep beneath the lake's surface, where sunlight could not reach, something stirred. Golden eyes opened in the darkness. Ancient, unblinking. The water remained calm, but she had noticed. Not power, not magic, effort, and for now, she waited. Another peaceful day on the farm. The wind moved gently through the golden crops. The light blue lake shimmered quietly in the distance. Nothing felt unusual. Noah walked along the edges of his fields, doing his usual patrol. He slowed. Several crops near the border were disturbed. Soil was dug up. A few plants were crushed. He crouched down and examined the ground. Hoofprints. Fresh. He frowned slightly. Not panicked, just concerned. He stood up and looked toward the nearby forest. The wind remained calm. The rest of the day passed without incident. That night, a faint rustling sound broke the silence. Noah's eyes opened. Another sound. Closer. He quietly got up and stepped outside. Moonlight bathed the fields in pale silver. Near the damaged crops, a small forest boar was digging into the soil again. Dark fur, short tusks, compact body. It snorted softly as it rooted through the earth. Noah picked up his farming hoe. He walked forward steadily. The boar noticed him. It charged. He stepped aside and swung. The first hit struck its side. The boar stumbled but lunged again. He planted his feet and brought the blade down with force. The struggle lasted only moments. Then, silence returned to the field. Noah stood still for a second, breathing steadily. The night air was cool. The wind moved through the crops once more. He dragged the boar back toward the farmhouse. Later, a small fire burned outside. The meat roasted slowly over the flames. Noah sat nearby, quietly watching. When it was ready, he took a bite. It was simple. He nodded slightly. Not bad. The farm was calm again. Just another